Hello and welcome to the most hated show in the black corner of the internet. I'm your host, the whiteologist, Mr. Blows Your Minds. And this is Black Minds News. Today's date, July 22nd, 2019. This channel is to report, articulate, transmit, communicate, relate, unveil, decode, spread the news, whether by news, video, websites, or quotes from publications. As I articulate these information, I ask that the creator of the universe be here, heart, soul, mind, and spirit. Because why? The truth don't need no partner. As a descendant of the greatest people who created this land that you call the United States, we, the BADOS, Black American descendant of slaves. Some say Black African descendant of slaves. Others say American descendant of slaves. We, the genealogy, DNA, bloodline, historical lineage, and the foundational Black Americans of this land, we give honor to our ancestors. And you know what my motto is? I'm never going to tell you what I heard. I'm only going to tell you what I know. Well, got a show for you today, as I've been putting them out lately. This here is in particular about elders and how it seems that the disrespect that is shown towards elders, especially in the time that we are today, those are the human aspects of the history right before your eyes. Yes, many are kind of caught up in the sense of how they look at the world and think everything that glitters, everything that glitz and glow is all good. See, sometimes when you see a man or a woman beat down and they don't look like the way you, it's only because they have struggled and maintained in this life. There's many things you can get from them. There's a lot of aspects of knowledge you can get from them. But what happens is a lot of people grow up around people who they don't respect, have animosity to, and so they see everybody like that. Well, I'm going to show you this particular story here and let you see how you interpret it. Again, this is Black Minds News, July 22nd, 2019, and stay tuned for this broadcast. Hey, how's y'all doing again? This is Mr. Blows Your Mind, your host, and welcome to Black Minds News. Again, today's date is July 22nd, 2019, and first and foremost, want to give what's up to the subscribers, fam, what's good in the house? Old subscribers, new subscribers, and those who might just subscribe from this show. Welcome to the most hated show in the corner of the internet. Passerbyers, again, if you happen to take the wrong turn on the internet and somehow found the most hidden, in the hole, covered up show in the black corner of the internet, welcome over here. We appreciate that you stopped by. If you should happen to subscribe, share the video, even comment, like, or even dislike, everything is all good over here. It's EEOC, equal share for everybody. Hopefully that we see from you again. Now let's get into this show. Now again, I've been mixing it up. I've been going with my normalcy, and then I had to go over here because again, I think I don't want to be too imbalanced. They call it ma'at to be balanced, right? You don't want to be too much one-sided. Then again, that's kind of like the Bible says, be too acidic and you unbalanced. So you got to balance it off so you can get your pH to a certain level of 7, right? So you can be in optimal health. So I decided that once in a while I will go into the mall to grab some things that has something to do with be related to us as black people in this country. And again, try to bring some insight to some of the situations that sometimes some people just don't see. Now, this particular story here is coming out of, in a particular county. And I seen this and I was kind of like, well, teach his own interpretation, right? But I'm from the school where, it would take a lot for you to actually get at an elder. As much as an elder can be wrong, there's still a respect level. But I know today's generation, everybody feel disrespected on the slightest notion. Rub up against my damn brand new Jordans, we got a problem. You clip my car, we got a problem. You stare at my bra too long, we got a problem. You understand? But there's one problem out here that nobody seems to want to address, and that one does it on a daily basis. You act like you don't even see that. Only until it becomes personal, and even then you still restrain yourself, right? And, again, it's not to make light of the situation, just the fact that, again, sometimes some things have to be addressed because it seems like people just, everybody got their genre when it comes to this internet, this corner, right? Mine is, I deal with race and history and common sense and life experience. And, I try to bring that aspect to my show and for those who like what I do. So when I seen this here, I said, man, I've been seeing this in the last couple of shows we're talking about street justice. And there was a pattern there because the brother was 54 years old. The other brother about 42 years old. This particular story here is going to have an elder in it. And is there a point in time when the elder can just get away with some shit because, elders older, they've been here longer. They call them angry old men because there's a reason. Because why? They've gone through the thorns and stripes of what it is to live as a black person in this land. And so when you're young and brand new and still got that new car smell on you, you look down on them. You look at them as if, like some old gum you done chewed, ain't got no more taste to it, ain't got no sugar left. And so you imagine you can never see yourself in the position that you see them. Only time in the sundial will fruition what you may be in time. What you despise the most, you may end up being just like that. You ever told yourself you were going to be like something, or and somehow, some way, they say never say never, because never comes true, right? So let me show and quit talking about it. Let me see this and then we'll get back into it. This is Black Minds News. Check this out. I'll be right back.
Only on Local 10, a brutal beating caught on camera, this one at a restaurant.
An elderly man claims two women attacked him and he was forced to defend himself. Local 10 News reporter Trent Kelly is live in Miami Gardens with the details. Trent.
Yeah, Janice, Sam, this was quite the throwdown, all of it taking place right here inside the licking. That man, who happens to be a disabled veteran, he insists he was the victim in all of this. But according to managers here, this surveillance video proves that was not the case at all. Fists flying inside a popular soul food spot after a disabled veteran claims he was viciously attacked by two ladies while trying to order lunch at the licking.
So the young lady said something to me, and I said something back to him.
The all-out brawl going down this past Monday inside the Miami Gardens restaurant, leaving Nathaniel Mitchell battered and bruised. The 77-year-old grandfather says he felt ignored by the waitress, and on his way out the door was suddenly jumped by these two women.
I put my hand up like that to try to keep him off me. Then they started pounding me, and then that's when I started to fight back.
But new surveillance video obtained by the one and only appears to show a much different side of the story.
Oh, what about me? Oh, I apologize, I didn't see you.
Worker Madison Kearney, seen here, says Mitchell became upset after she forgot to greet him. Seconds later, she says Mitchell ditched his walker and started throwing punches.
That's when he just got aggressive.
In the video, Mitchell appears to run straight towards the women, who immediately began fighting back. The chaos later moving outside, where Mitchell again appears to lunge at both ladies. While Mitchell insists he was the victim, restaurant workers say he acted more like the aggressor.
It's kind of disheartening that you say that our employees sat there that you get attacked, which was not true, sir.
Now, for her part, Mitchell's daughter yesterday was calling for charges to be filed against those two women for their role in this attack. But according to officers, those ladies had already left the scene by the time they arrived here on Monday. By the way, Mitchell did suffer a broken nose and 2 black eyes during all of this. He is now recovering at home. That's the very latest live from Miami Gardens this afternoon. Trent Kelly, Local 10 News.
All right, so we see an elder about 77 years old, decided to take himself to go get himself a little lunch, right? And as he go in there, you know, it didn't seem like when no crowd in there, right? Didn't see what was in it before then, right? So elder's sitting there waiting to be waited on. And somehow he's being ignored like he's not even in there. Now, again, this is what's initiating the whole situation, isn't it? The whole situation is initiated because the elder's sitting there waiting to be served. Now, again, I understand when you work in a restaurant, you got duties to do, and maybe you were busy, you didn't notice he was there, whatever. But if that's your job to be at the front, you know, I don't know how long he might have been sitting there, but then, you know, okay, maybe, but we see that you did come outside to address him. He was fed up with it. He started to leave, right? And based on that, that is what lit the wick to get this situation started. Now the elder fed up, again being disrespected. You're not addressing him. But the way, the way that the news tried to spin it was more trying to make the elder, because see, again, you got to understand the dynamic of why they don't want the newer generations to hear the elders. As I said in the beginning, as the show started, it is the elders who are like your living library. If you sat down with an elder and asked questions about things that you want some answers to, sometimes in your family you don't have them. And again, that's not everybody who is an elder through time has experience, but may not be able to articulate in the fashion and manner that you may want. You understand? Or just because sometimes, you know, like the scriptures talked about, Jesus could never make a miracle amongst those who knew him because they can't believe in him. So the same thing would be here, is you got somebody who's elder, you see them, you know them, you may not have respect for them and all that other stuff, but you know, the way that this system permeates in the minds in this public fooling system. Everything that is old is no good, and everything that's new is the only thing that you want. But yet it is in the old is where you're going to get the gems of the jewels of the history and the understanding from. It's like, say, for instance, you can buy certain things that you just wore, and they come up with something new, and you go and get that, and you don't wear that again. You know, you have people like that. They don't wear stuff over and over again. Well, it used to be a time that you just wore, as long as you kept it in good condition, kept it clean, you could wear it, not every day, but I'm just saying, you know, it would be part of your wardrobe. But the way that this Western system teaches, it teaches you in a way that, you know, you despise the elder. Now, when you look at other cultures have, other than them becoming westernized. Now, anything that's outside of this westernization, they have more, you know, respect and admiration for their elders. But in the Western society, it's like, you know what I'm saying, find a field and bury yourself in. If you become useless and you can't do nothing, become a useless eater, or you become a burden, or shit, throw them in a convalescent home, put them in a home. You know what I'm saying? Just get them the hell away from me, right? Instead of cherishing what things you cannot know because you weren't there, is for the time for you to sit down and have that cloth talk, as they say, right? Time for you to have the cloth talk. But sometimes you miss the opportunity because, again, you're despising what you see. And we see this prevalent is because why? Let's keep it 100. A lot of people were only raised by their grandparents, right? Let's put it a little like this. That don't mean that you hate your grandparents, but let's just say this. Let's say that if your grandparents raised you because the incapacitation of your parents, whether it be in incarceration, drugs, or so forth, grandparent come out a whole nother different generation, no closer to you. So the way they may have reared you and tried to do stuff with you and didn't have understanding, as you got older, you try to get your own understanding and try to do things and they wouldn't allow you. You were angry at them because they old and they don't understand. No, they just came from a whole different situation than you have. So they see things in the game different from the way you couldn't. Now, that don't mean that everybody that's older is on the straight, because sometimes you have people who just coons and sellouts, right? You got all that. We got all that in everybody's family, right? It's always there. But I'm just saying that somewhat happens. So if a young one of today is raised by a grandparent, it may have resentment because of the way that the grandparent was raising them, right? And so it has already built in its system about not liking elder people. Elder people have a disdain, see you, and the first thing is triggered. Because what happened at where I grew up at, and I got this disdain for old people, plus the indoctrination of how the Western system teaches you to despise the elder. Because again, go back to the Willie Lynch letter. Then the Willie Lynch letter talking about how that divide is, the older from the younger, the dark from the light, the whole thing, right? So in this case here, the elder's going into the store, try to get them something to eat. And as you've seen them, they were kind of far away from the damn, you know what I'm saying? To be nobody in there. The elder was all on the corner. And here was these two thick ones. Well, they was thick, right? And they looking at the menu, but from far away, like they farsighted. Like they got to be way back just to read the menu. They didn't walk up because wasn't nobody at the counter, right? They still there. They more closer to the door. If you really peeped it, they were really close by the door, right? And so let me show y'all. So I'm going to give you some visuals. All right. So let's look at this, how I do it like this. All right. Let me see how, let's see. Let me see how I can do this. All right, so let me show you this. Okay, so let me show you this. All right, I think I got one before that, right? Let's see this here. Let's be a little patient with me, y'all. All right, so let me show you when I showed you that the elder was at the door, right? Or at the end of the counter. Now you see the elder there, right? He got a walker, right? He got the 4-wheel walker, right? You know what I'm saying? Basically, he's kind of like the baby car, but he can't get in there, so you got to walk with it. You know what I'm saying? Just having an old school walker, walk, step, walk. You know what I'm saying? He got to roll with it, right? Now, he's a veteran. He's 77 years old, right? He's been in the game for a minute, right? And so, as you see, look how far they is from the menu, right? The door is closer to the one in the back, right? Right? Right, so you see elders coming, they rolling, coming out. Now you see again to your far right there, you see the person who's behind the counter. She coming out because why? She felt that, yeah, him leaving is because, yeah, whatever you was doing, right? You knew that you wasn't right. That's why you came out of there. See, that's the thing about when you done been in the game a little bit. You can assess situation, they ain't even been there. I can see that just from there and tell you. You came out of there because he like, fuck it, I ain't even need him, gone. Now, he probably come there a lot, and you know him. Him leaving like that means you know, damn, you done played him a little bit. So, first of all, he being disrespected, originally starting with the person from the counter, right? Let me show how it works now. Let me show how it works. So now you see the elder trying to leave, right? So as he's leaving, right? Let me see if I can do that right. Okay, let me do that right. Okay. So now you see as the elder's leaving, right? You see him turn. Somebody saying something to him, right? Right? Look at him. He turned, right? I actually got one that he looked at. Let's see if I got the one. Wait, we'll go before this one here. Let me go back. Let me go. Hold on. Let me show you before that one. Right? Now he walked. Remember, he was just there. He going there. Now you can see his eyes is kind of cutting at one of them. It's more like this one in the all black with the black hair, right? It's that one with the black hair. Something, okay, either he just looking at it, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, like I said, they're a little thick, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just because you old don't mean you still don't appreciate, right? So, anyway. So you see he kind of skirt off. You see the eyes are going, okay. But then he's getting past him, right? Right? So, you see him. Wait a minute, where'd that go? All right, let me go. So what's that? Everything trying not to play. I'm saying, okay, let's go. So you see him getting past. Now again, they not moving forward to go order. You understand? An elder is walking, got a stroller, and he coming towards you. Shouldn't it be common sense? Let me go and move so the elder can go on get by, right? The respect of an elder. He done lived his life. He getting to that point. He still, he's in a walker to get by. So you strong and got vigor. Why don't you just move? Why don't y'all step forward? That ain't what you're doing, right? Look where the table is. There's somebody to eat. Now look where the counter is. Why y'all that far away if y'all about to go order? Remember, he was just where? Mr. Blow, I got to put these lessons to you because somebody like they don't know. Look where they at. Look where he coming from. He got to go to the door, right? He's going to the door, right? And as he's still getting there, look, y'all still there, ain't moved. You ain't moved. You ain't moved yet, right? You ain't even gonna move, right? So now the elder said he's trying to get by so he can leave. Now as he's getting by, maybe he's saying, man, excuse me or something? Y'all ain't moved. You ain't moved. Y'all ain't like he didn't even exist. You understand? Like he didn't even exist. And so now he gave him a second look, right? That was him trying to go out the door. So again, he tried to go out the door, right? And it's just crazy, right? You wouldn't get out of his damn way. And so this is what an elder get, right? This is what you do to an elder, right? You bust the elder's eyes up, say his nose is broken. He's 77 years old. And y'all saying the elder was the aggressor. The elder can't get aggressive if y'all do what you're supposed to do as being respectful to your elders. One, you at the counter, whatever it was, again, what prohibit you from doing to maintain, to come out there and recognize that he was there waiting. And then when you do finally come, he had enough, right? Yeah, fuck, I'm out of here. Now as he approaching the leave, you got these two that ain't trying to move. So whatever was exchanged, according to what he said they said something, I said something back. Next thing you know, and then did you notice they did not show you the entirety? Why didn't they show you the entirety? Why did they cut it? Huh? Why did they cut it? Did you ask yourself that? Why did they cut it? And then the next thing you know, you seeing them where they showing the elders and them getting in the they getting tangled up, right? Right? Let me show you. They get tangled up. And then did you see the mystery cat? There was a mystery cat that nobody, did you see it? There's a mystery cat that came in there. Now, I don't know who he was, but let me show you. I got a little arrow for you so you can see it. See the arrow right there? Who was this mystery dude that came out of nowhere, grabbed the elder, right? Because look, she looking like on Good Times JJ poster, you know what I'm saying? That's how she looking like the JJ poster, you know, that pose they was doing, right? But bruh running, shoving the elder, You understand? He running at the elder, right? So the elder, again, same treatment. You in the wrong, elder. Elder ain't supposed to be defending himself. Elder, you wrong. No, that ain't how the game go. But see, this again, people ain't been reared. You've been allowed to be, there's a difference between being raised and being born. There's a difference between being raised and there's a difference between being born. There's a lot of people out here who are just born, and then there's people who are raised. I ain't gonna tell you the difference, figure it out, right? There's a difference between the two. Let me go on here and tell you what it is. When you're born, that means somebody just had you, didn't put no time in no game to you. You just kind of learn and go on your leaning on your own understanding. And they always say, don't not lean on your own understanding, but you do anyway. You think everything that you do is right. Now, those who are raised, somebody sat down, had that cloth talk, put them under their knee, taught them what the game is, the do's and the don'ts, and all that good stuff. You fare better when you had that, right? Now, everybody can't have that because, again, the game of poker, the hands that you dealt, you got to play the cards according to how you get it, right? So, in this sense here, my man do what he do. Okay, you're going to get the man because you got to get him, right? But this was the mystery dude. Nah, that was the mystery dude, right? And so, okay, remember, they inside, right? This all done took place inside, right? I said, Mr. Blows Your Mind, I think you exaggerate. I don't agree with you, Mr. Blows Your Mind. Look like, you know what I'm saying, old man, ooh, all right, okay. Then you answer me this. Answer me this. What's this then? How they all out there like old Western about to draw guns, huh? How they get outside the square with the elder? Now, the dude in the circle is the dude that's working for him. I got the arrow showing that's one to the left, one to the right. Elder there, you see he done put down his cart. You know what I'm saying? He done put his cart to the side. You understand? How they still there finna confront the elder if it's the elder being the aggressor? Shouldn't they still have been in the damn stove? Right? Y'all got the best of him. Did you see his face? Did you see the elder's face? Huh? Did you see the elder's face? Huh? Matter of fact, let's do it again. Let's go back. Remember that? They grabbed him up. Both of them grabbing him. Both of them grabbing him. Man, your grandfather. These mother ain't nothing like your grandkid. Your grandkids trying to whoop up on you. You don't exist without me. You understand? You know what old saying said? Shit. Huh? I'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? What this old saying said? I brought you in the world. I'll take you out of this world, right? So that one go. That applies to grandchildren too. Shit, mama, you don't exist. And here's this disrespectful about some shit. I'm not getting into confrontation with y'all in the first damn place. Even if the elder had said some sly shit, right? He don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pay no attention to that. You know what I'm saying? No. But y'all ain't built like that. Everybody's so about that life. Pull up, boys. Right? But I keep telling you, but that other motherfucker, you ain't gonna pull up on them. You ain't got shit to say to them. But your own people in the same uniform with you, oh, you ready to get them, right? Oh, you got all the animosity and the vicar to do everything you can to them, right? So, look how ironic that the name of the fucking place was. The Licking. Oh, shit, the Licking, right? Come in that motherfucker, got your finger licking good. You can go outside and get this two-piece, gave him a two-piece and broke his nose, right? So the police coming all too late, can't find nobody. Store, say that that they sat there and watched. No. That one of your employees got involved. But again, the whole point to this video is the fact that this disrespect towards elders, man. I know every elder don't get the acclimates of an elder. Everything isn't earned just for the simple fact because you lived. Don't get it twisted. There are people who are old, what they say, old fools. But they still got experience because you might be a fool too, and they can teach you that fool shit, right? So, take it for what it is. But again, you're going to need everything in this thing that we are in. Quit being so goddamn quick to jump and pounce on motherfuckers. And then, again, because of your lack of rearing, you ain't been raised. You just been born. And those who have been born, it's hard to tell them shit because they're so like soft clay. You've been molded in that shape for so long that you done became, fixed in that position. So now, in order for that, you need some reheating so we can soft remold you. That shows like Black Minds News. It ain't always gonna be that other stuff. Sometimes I got to come on here and do this as I get back into it. I'm getting closer back to the live. You understand? It's that time. We around that time. Right? So we're going to have to get this, again, as people say, on code, on point. Understand the agenda. Time ticking, y'all. We ain't got it forever. So anyway, this is Black Minds News, bringing you another news report. And again, it's the most hated show on the black corner of the internet. You know how we do when we get up out of here again. So I'm going to tell you straight up. Stay black strong and all that good stuff. And just say, man, when you see each other, man, you got to give that universal now. What's good, brother? What's good, sister? Elders, how you doing, ma'am? Right? Get back to some of the things of love. All this animosity that you got, you pointed to the wrong. You understand? Figure out where you need to point it at, but quit pointing to each other. You understand? Because it's really destructive. And you make a mockery of us as a people because it seems like we can't get right. We can get right, but some people just gonna have to understand that you're gonna have to fall in place due to your lack of seniority in this game. Don't mean that there is it doesn't mean that you don't have a place in this. It's just that you got to have to fall again till you earn, that everybody wants to. Again, this is a lot of chiefs. But ain't no Indians. Everybody want to be a damn chief, but there's few Indians. No, there's gonna be a lot of Indians and only a couple chiefs. Again, this is Black Minds News, and to the next show, y'all. Stay black, love, and all that good stuff. I'm gonna keep them coming. So check it out. Peace.
Portions of the following program may be unsuitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Remember, the enemy has only images and illusions, behind which he hides his true motives. Destroy the image, and you will break the enemy.
I'm here to tell you tonight that the businessmen, the mayor of this city, the police commissioner of this city, and everybody in the white power structure of this city must take a responsibility for everything.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Luther and I, and everyone in this arena tonight, are unified by the same great American values. We're proud of our country. We respect our flag. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners when somebody disrespects our flag. They say, get that son of off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Race is when you use your power and influence to subject people into inferiority. Utterances can't be racist.
Look around you, man. They own this shit. They own this couch you sitting on, them shoes you got on your feet, this building, this school, this country, you. We're behind enemy lines, dog.
So you must first of all remember that this system was not originally designed with black people in mind. Right on, and it definitely was not prepared for black people to, in the end, begin to demand their rights and an equal share in this country which they've died for. Right on. Hey, and we definitely are not going back to Africa.
In the church, we used to sing the song, "Good news, the chariot is coming." While you sit here today, knowing that you have come to hear good news, you must realize in advance what good news for you might be bad news for somebody else. What good news for the sheep might be bad news to the wolf.
They say, oh, things are getting so much better for you. In 1849, it was hitting blacks on the head 100 times a day. In 1990, they hit them 48 times a day. Isn't it better? Oh, it's got to be better. You're saying 52 blows.
The only purpose of most black Americans on earth today is to destroy.
I think that's noble. Italians love Italians. When Irish love Irish. But when a nigga loves a nigga, then I'm never saying. They have blood in their hands. When we say they have blood in their hands, we are not saying him, George Bezos, went and killed. But white people colonized us. They dispersed us. They enslaved our people. They sucked our economy dry. They are still sucking it dry even today. That's white people. Tony Blair, George Bush, Napoleon Bonaparte, Leopold, Adolf Hitler, Benjamin Netanyahu. All white people, they are the same. They are racist and they are full of hate.
I've been waiting for you. You have many questions, and though the process has altered your consciousness, you remain irrevocably human. Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not. Concordantly, while your first question may be the most pertinent, you may or may not realize it is also the most irrelevant.
Why am I here? Our world is coming crumbling down. The coons are coming.
You got to understand that white America has an uncanny way of making the victim the victimizer. Excuse me, master, for putting my head in the way of your club. Not that your club is brutalizing my head and putting hickeys on it. My head got in the way of your free swing and broke your shiny stick, and I want to apologize for that.
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly which, despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected and thus not beyond a measure of control, which has led you inexorably here.
There are more connections in the human body than there are stars in the galaxy. We possess a gigantic network of information to which we have almost no access.
Matrix is older than you know. I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in which case this is the sixth version.
5 months before me. 3. There are only 2 possible explanations. They were 5 months before me. Either no one told me, or no one knows.
Precisely. As you are undoubtedly gathering, the anomaly is systemic, creating fluctuations in even the most simplistic equations.
Can't control me! I'm gonna smash you to You can't make me do anything like Chris! Choice. The problem is choice.
Let us remember that we are not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslim.
We're not brutalized because we're Catholics. We're brutalized because we are black people in America.
Because white people made him to be what he is. They made him to look evil, because that's their role, to make all of us black people to look evil and to hate ourselves. I can't hate.
You're a nigga till you die. If you're a poor nigga, you're a poor nigga. If you're a rich nigga, you're a rich nigga. But you never stop being a nigga. And if you get to be educated, you're just an educated nigga.
I'm told every day I'm on air that I'm racist because I call out racism. That is maddening to me, and I'm crying about it because it's crazy.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching you and I and trying to tell the white man to get this powder keg out of his house. Let the black man separate from his house. Let the black man have his own house. Let the black man have his own land and his own property.
I thought the bitch was white! Damn it! I thought the bitch was white!
That's true. I think that white people are so guilty, knowing what they've done to black people, that they feel if the deeds were reversed, they would hate the black man if he had done the same thing to them. So it's actually, it reflects a guilt complex on the part of whites when they ask us, do we hate them? And if you notice, Uncle Sam has formed a habit of going all over the world. He calls it the ugly American or the American image. He thinks that everybody hates him because it's a guilt complex. And if you think that if you are worried about Europeans hating you, and they're your allies and your cousins, well, naturally it would follow for you to think that Negroes in this country would hate you, especially in light of what has been done to black people in this country by white people.
Now, check it out. The white ball dominates everything, right? Knocks the shit out the yellow ball, the red ball, right? And the game's over when the white ball drives the black ball completely off the table.
But you have to see that all of this is hypocrisy.
I love Malcolm. Malcolm called me the Sunday that he died. I was working Basin Street East. He said, "Brother Greg, you coming by today?" And I said, "Malcolm, I love you." And I said, "I love you so much, I don't even want to take a chance to be there." He said, "What do you mean, Brother Greg?" I said, "Well, I close tonight, Sunday night at Basin Street East." And I said, "But I had my wife book me a flight into Chicago at 8 o'clock this morning. And I'm going to Chicago, and I had way beneath my salary booked me into a college about 10 miles from the airport. And I'm going to go there and speak this afternoon, and I'm going to stay there until they tell me you dead. Because I'm not going to let this government get two of us for the price of one. And I'm going to call Adam Clayton Powell when I finish talking to you and beg him not to come there. Because today, the United States government is going to get you."